Amazing, 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 amazing. Right, let's get into it, guys. So we have our testimonial special. We are in the month of April. We are going to go through every single person that has had significant, it may be amazing results, but a result could be even a pound, right? You got to count the pennies to make the pounds, guys. All right. So let's get into it. We are first going to bring up an individual. He's got his camera on, guys. So as Ted just said as well, guys, please, please, please put on your cameras if you can. But I'm going to bring up this individual. I've known this individual for a couple years now. We know him for a mutual friend. I'm going to pin him as well. And myself. So pin as well. Add pin. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amar, how are you, bro? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Portugal
Wicked,
treating you
man.
well?
Yeah, yes. It's a bit
It's
cloudy
looking a
right
bit
now.
grey.
Yeah, it's looking a bit grey, but it's not cold. It's all right. I'm in the
Good,
shirt, so it's all good, man. But
good, good.
yeah, lovely to see you, bro.
Good to see you.
Right. Name, obviously we know your name, your age, and just a little bit about your background very, very quickly.
Yeah, obviously my name is Amar, 23. A little bit about my background. I worked in real estate for about 3 years. Did lettings, obviously classic 9 to 5, working really, really hard. Obviously, like you said, I've known you for a few years, and I saw your come up. I know the sort of background you've come from, so we come from similar sort of circles and backgrounds. And obviously, I saw your come up. You went from you went from what you went from to very, very cleaned up and polished, and very, very successful. Obviously wanted to get with that. I could see that you were offering your mentorship and your leadership, and when you see successful people making money, you got to put your ego to the side and say, how do I do that? The most important thing is putting your ego to the side and being willing to learn.
That part. Let me
Obviously,
pause you there. Sorry, bro. Right.
yeah, of
So,
course.
I know you gave it a go maybe a year ago. We was working together a year ago, and we all go through a phase, and I think God's timing's perfect timing. At that point in time, it wasn't the right time. You was working. Count how many hours a day was you working all week?
About a day, probably like 8 to 10,
Yeah, but you was
eight to
working
ten
heavy hours.
hours.
Yeah.
Heavy hours, long days. Obviously, this is something where when you do it, whenever you do anything, you should commit to it. You should give it the respect of the time to try and get the best results from it. I did do it. It didn't go bad. It went well. Like, I was seeing results, but I just felt like for what it was, the huge opportunity that it was, I didn't have the time to put the respect on it, and use its full potential. But obviously, left my job to sort of move away from that 9 to 5. I think I'm in a position where I was able to do that. Not a lot of people are able to do that, but I would also very much encourage a lot of people who have the financial ability to step away from their job to sort of review their options if they're not necessarily happy with their options, to go and do so, to sort of take that risk, because who is right now want to be working in 9 to 5, working for corporate company. Everyone who wants to sort of make their can you hear me?
Not sure if that's me or you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, all good. Yeah, so stepped away from my job, reached out to you, and wanted to get started again. In terms of,
Amazing. Wait. Right, cool. Let's get into it. So, you got started again, maybe two to
yeah,
three weeks ago, right?
yeah, about
Yeah,
three.
2 3 weeks ago, right? So you was on a demo for a week, as you do.
Yep,
You then deposited how much last week, Monday? Correct me if I'm wrong. It was last week, Monday, wasn't it?
somewhere around then.
Yeah.
Deposited 225.
£225 in your trading account.
Yep.
And how much have you made since, which has basically been a week?
Yeah, so I've made that money back already. So that money that I deposited, made that back, withdrew that, and then on top of that, I've made an extra about 320 to £350 in profit.
Amazing. So you started with 225 and you've pretty much 4x what you initially started off with.
Pretty much,
Amazing. And you've
pretty much,
withdrawn,
yeah.
you've withdrawn the first deposits in your bank account. It's real.
It's real.
It's
I've
real.
withdrawn.
Amazing.
I've withdrawn quite a bit of the profit as well. I've left some money in there, obviously, to still work with and trade with. But yeah, I've already taken out some
Amazing,
profit.
Amazing, bro. And what products and services was it using? Was it the scanners? Was it the copy pasting? What was you using?
I was using a little bit of everything. The scanners are really useful to, you don't want to rely just on the copy trading. So I've been giving the scanners a go, most notably Sniper Pro. Watching using the tutorial videos on how to use that, and just learning all I can about that. But also using the copy trading is really useful, learning from people who are actually doing it successfully on a day-to-day basis. So a little bit of a mix of both.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. I'm excited for you. And I know,
Thank you.
of course, you're gonna go into the affiliate side of things as well, which will obviously help you make more money, which is what we're here for, man. So, Amar, I
Exactly.
appreciate you, bro. When we're back, we're gonna run it up because we're fired up from Portugal.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, bro, keep shining, keep shining.
Thank you, bro.
Take care, man. See you, bro. Amazing, 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 amazing. Right, guys, cool. So we are going to go to a next individual, right? We're gonna open up the chat box, right? We're not gonna let the haters hate because I feel like sending love and support for people is so important. All right. So recognition is what we all want. And we're gonna open up the chat box. So Sammy, if you can do that would be amazing. Right, Amar, keep killing it, bro. Keep making money. We're gonna go on to our next individual. Hopefully she is on. So Ariane, let me look for her. Let me look for her if she's on. I know she is at a birthday meal, right? It's her birthday meal tomorrow. I don't think is she on right now. All right, we're not gonna go to her right now. Is Tara on right now? Tara's on right now. Let's go to David. Is it Mark David? Uh, right. Okay, Mark David, amazing. Right. So, add as a pin. Amazing. Right, you should be able to unmute now, sir. Or if Sammy, if you can make that happen, pin me as well, and you should be able to unmute very, very shortly. Bear with. There we go. Pin both of us, and you should be good.
Hi, Josh, how are you?
Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? You okay?
Good, good, good. Congratulations once again.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. We haven't spoke. Have we spoken before? We haven't, or we have?
We we have my very first call.
Okay.
Sammy, yeah. She
Okay.
added you on the call.
Amazing, man. And how long have you been in the business? How long have you been a part of the team?
It's been just over 1.5 months now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, my wife is actually part of it, Stephanie. She joined with Sammy just about a year ago now. And yeah, it's uh, it's been a great journey. She actually has. I'm actually a full-time trader, so I've been trading for the past 10 years or so, and so it's a really really quick funny story. My wife didn't let me know that she actually saw Sammy this video online and she signed up on it and she didn't tell me anything about it. And then I was really skeptical because we've been through so much in the industry with scams, with a whole lot of things. And then what actually happened was I said, listen, when I eventually found out about it, I said, listen, I'll give you an ultimatum. I'm going to give you 1 month. If this thing doesn't work, that's the end of it. And she actually turned in that 1 month. She managed to take $100 into, I think, nearly $1,000.
Wow.
And yeah, it was quite inspiring. I was still skeptical for some time, because I have my means of trading as well. And then yeah, just one
Amazing.
and a half months ago, got on board. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So you obviously have experience, and this is actually quite a good testimony because a lot of, as you know, a lot of traders have a big ego, and they want to do it their way. They'd rather be right than rich. Obviously, why would you say you joined a community like this, even though you do have trading experience?
Look, I think for me, it wasn't necessarily about making a profit in the market. I think what I really I observed was from my wife, because she normally just she still works, and she would put in maybe an hour or so a day, like with John Oliver and live trading. And what actually happened was I started to observe the last couple of months where I would come up with setups, really good setups, and we would actually compare them. And she would say, "Listen, that's exactly what we are seeing." Except most of the time, a lot of the time, I identified that actually, you know what, she was getting earlier entries than me, more efficient entries, and sometimes I'll completely miss the setups completely. And I think a lot of people say like AI is the future and things, but it's actually the present. So that's something that's really stood out for me. And then the other thing was that personally, I've really been trading on my own, and somebody who's been trading for some time, you also understand that doing it on your own is a really hectic journey. There's no one there to celebrate with you. There's no one there to keep you accountable and so forth. So I think I just really enjoyed the energy, the passion, from House of Riches, and on a daily basis, every week. I'm finding in a community where I feel like I belong. I'm with like-minded people.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Amazing, man. And have you been able to make money since you've been with us through the products and services?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think
Oh
on the
yes,
first day,
that sounds juicy.
w
That sounds juicy.
which ones? I think on the first day I managed to take 100 to about $257. On the third day, second and third day as well, I was really pushing it. I took some of educated signals as well, made another $200 or so. And thereafter, I took a couple of losses because, I'm somebody who's quite technical. I've seen indicators. I've bought many, like 20, 30 indicators before. I've seen everything. There's nothing that's in trading that I've not seen. And so I would, test the market with a couple of accounts, $50, $20 here and there, and see, what I can come up with, testing time frames, just driving the scanners mad, trying to see, different time frames, different assets, and so forth. And I think the one noticeable thing that took place on the 19th of March to about the 23rd, I took a $90 or $80 account to about $1,300, $1,400 in just those few
Oh,
days.
wait. Slow
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
You said that like it was light. You grew an $80 to $90 account to
Yeah.
1.3K
Yes,
using
absolutely.
the scanners, the AI scanners.
Yeah. So I mainly in that specific one, I did mainly Wolf X. So that was a scanner that I used, and then a little bit of Sniper Pro as well.
Amazing.
But I've done it repetitively since then. It's absolutely amazing. If I was, like you said, a lot of traders, experienced traders, are quite egotistical. And if I was stuck in my own ways, I would have never came across something that's actually freed up my time because I'm seeing the same things. So, a lot of it is coming from past experience, trading experience, but getting that opportunity to have something to back up my experience, to say, listen, you're seeing the same thing, it's absolutely amazing.
Incredible. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you, David. Um, South Africa, you're in, right? We're gonna be over there shortly. I know Sammy wants to go over there, so keep doing what
Yes,
you're doing. Now need to tell a friend because people need to know about this. And thank you for coming, bro. Appreciate you.
thank you so
All
much.
right, man. Take care. Amazing, guys.
You
Let's show
too.
some love to David in the chat box. 90 pounds to 1.3K. And because this is recorded, I should have said this at the start. Past profits do not guarantee future results. Disclaimer, doesn't mean if you join, you can get it. We just have education and we can help you make your own money. All right. So with that being said, let's go to our next individual. Let me see if she is on. Ariane, amazing. Sammy, if you could spotlight and add Ariane. Now a quick briefing about this individual. We got on a freeway call 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we got on a freeway call, and she said, obviously, her birthday's coming up in 2 weeks. She wanted to keep the money to do stuff for her birthday, and I was like, well, if it's respectfully, if it's that tight, we need to make more money. I'm not saying that you want to do it just for your birthday, but we need this, right? And she said, you know what? I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to get started. I'm going to give it a try. So, Ariane, if you could just quickly introduce yourself, where you're from, your age, if you would like to as well.
Hi, I'm Ariane. I'm 17. I'm 18 tomorrow. Can you guys hear me all right?
All good, all good.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm in a restaurant. Um, yeah, I live in Wales. I'm originally from London. Yeah, I started this literally 2 weeks ago, and
You
I
found,
started,
sorry to cut you. You found
yeah,
Layla on online on social media.
yeah, on TikTok,
Amazing.
and I saw her videos already, but I decided to message her, and yeah,
Yeah,
tried to give,
amazing. So shout out to Layla for doing the TikTok's work, guys,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
Ariane obviously found Layla on TikTok. You then obviously you've never traded before, have you?
No, never.
Never
I
traded
was
before.
so confused. I
Yeah,
did not know. Like when
amazing.
people were telling me, I was like, no clue.
Amazing. So you came in, you went through our onboarding system, you got started correctly. You was on a demo account for a week.
Yeah.
Amazing, and that went okay. And then we helped you deposit. How much did you deposit? When did you deposit? Was it Thursday, Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday you deposited. How much did you deposit?
£230. Yeah.
£230. And it's now Monday. How much have you made since Wednesday?
£1,000.
And your birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah, I
So
know.
now you can have a better birthday than you
Yeah,
originally thought.
yeah.
Absolutely insane. And you've made a withdrawal of your initial deposit.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
now you know it's real. Now you can spend some more money at that meal on your birthday as well. So what advice would you give to anyone? Because I know on the phone you was very skeptical, and all I did was just give you perception as to how money works, what money is, and what you could be doing with your money. What advice would you give to anyone that's watching this and they're still skeptical and they want to think about it and they're scared? What would you say?
I would say, like, even if you're just confused, even if you're not sure, I would say just take that risk because it'll pay off. And I've never taken a risk like this before, and now that I did, it's like it's mad. It's real life. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, I know you're out on your dinner. We appreciate you jumping on a call. So have a lovely birthday, have a lovely dinner, and make sure you withdraw all your profits. All right.
Thank
See
you.
you later, Aaron. Take care.
Thank you guys.
Amazing.
Bye.
Amazing. I remember on the call, she was so skeptical. She was like, "Oh, I just saw Layla online. I'm not sure if this works." And I said, "Look, I'm not being funny. We spend so much money on rubbish stuff where we don't even think about the return." And I said, "What are the chances of you, if you do get started, you can at least grow your money by 1%. If your money stays in your bank account, you can't grow it by 1%. And you're probably going to spend it on something rubbish that couldn't make you money anyway." And she was like, "You know what? I'm going to get started. Why not?" Now she's made £1,000 where someone else is still thinking about it, right? So shout out to you, Ariane. Right, let's get some next level in the chat box, guys. Absolutely incredible. This is why we love what we do, man. This is why we love what we do. Help people make money. I don't think I was on a freeway call the other day, and someone said to me, "If you're making all this money, why are you helping people?" And I said, "Well, when you get to this level of making money, you'll realize that there's fulfillment in helping other people do it as well. The only way to create true fulfillment is to help other people get what they want." And it's become an addiction. That there felt just as good as hitting Emerald. Like helping other people make money is just as good as a feeling, all right? But people that have never made money, people that are selfish and they don't have money, they will never understand that, all right? So without further ado, let's go to the next individual. Do we have Chanel? Do we have Chanel on the call? I can see her camera on. Amazing.
Hi.
Hi, Chanel. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Amazing. You look very familiar. You look like someone else I know.
Chloe. Chloe's my
Chloe.
sister.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. So Chloe brought you into the business.
She did. She
Amazing.
did.
How long have you been in the business?
4 weeks this week.
4 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do outside of this? What do you do for a job?
So I'm currently doing lashes. Me and Chloe have a salon. We're
Okay,
like three sisters. We've got a salon together, and that's what we currently do.
amazing. So,
But
so
we
you
want more.
yeah, so you already do well for yourself. This is
Yeah.
again another good testimony. So this is not someone that maybe lacks money or they lack let's just say something going on. She actually has a business, she has stuff going on. Why is it you're doing this? What, you have a business, you have a salon, why are you doing this?
I want more freedom. So I have two children. I have a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I enjoy being a mum. I enjoy spending time with them, taking them on holiday, buying nice things. And personally, I don't want them to work as hard as I've been working. So I want to literally do that generational wealth and make the money so that they can have a great life.
Amazing. So you're actually after time. You're actually after the
Yes,
time. I
yes,
feel like
yes.
I do what I do for kids that I don't even have yet. So I can only imagine the fact that you now have kids, how precious that time must be. All right. So you've
Yes,
never traded
absolutely.
before.
Nope.
Okay. And talk to me through your journey. So you was on your demo account. How long was you on your demo account?
Honestly, I was on my demo account for 4 days.
Okay, amazing. And then you went into your live account.
I did, and with the help of my sister that guided me on my first day, I made
Wait.
500 and
How much did you start off with?
£250.
Okay, so you put in £250, and you
Yes,
also did you get the bonus as well?
I did. Yeah,
So you now had £500 in your account, but you
yeah,
deposited 250. And in your
yeah.
first day, sorry to cut you, what did you just say?
On my first day, I made £566.
So you doubled your investment on your first day.
Yes, yes.
And how did you do that? What did you do? Was it copy pasting? Was it AI
It
scanners?
was
Was it live
the
session?
copy and paste that we used. I stuck with the copy and paste for a couple of weeks, and then I dived into the Sniper Pro. I absolutely love Sniper Pro.
Pro, amazing, amazing, amazing. And since then, has it still been going well? Have you made more money?
Yes, I have. Don't get me wrong, not all of it has been wins, and I quickly learned don't ever trade on high emotions. It definitely is all about the mindset. And just like today, I didn't really trade as much today. I put in 2 trades today using Sniper Pro, and I made £400 today.
Amazing, 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 amazing. And what advice would you give to any, let's just maybe say parents out there that sometimes use their kids as a reason why they can't instead of why they should? What would you say? Because you're probably very, very busy. You're doing a mum, you're working a salon, and you still have time to trade. What would you say for anyone that is maybe struggling with time or they're using time as an excuse, but you're still doing it? What would you say?
Change your whole routine, change your mindset, and take the leap. I changed mine. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning now for just before the kids get up, just so I can trade for an hour without the kids or educate myself on something that is going to change my life in the long run.
Amazing. Amen to that. Well, it was lovely to see you. I'm sure we'll meet you in person soon. I think
God willing.
Chloe's on her flight back from Portugal, so
She
she's on her
is.
way back.
I can't
Um,
wait to hear all about it.
honestly,
I've had FOMO.
we are coming back on some new-ish because that event was insane. The event was insane.
I can
We've got
tell.
we
I
got an
can tell.
we're on Volts. We got an incentive trip in October. All right, and then we have Milan. So we're going to Milan next year. So all
I
roads
will be there,
lead
God willing.
to Milan. We're gonna have over 500 people from House of Riches in Milan. So amazing what we have going on. But well done. Keep doing what you're doing, and
Thank
I'm sure
you.
you'll get everything you want from this. All right.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Have a lovely evening, yeah? Wow, wow,
You
wow.
too.
Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely incredible. Guys, let's show some love to Chanel in the chat box. Mental, 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 mental. Right, cool. We have another individual, right? We got a few more. Tara, are you on? The wonderful Tara, the beautiful Tara. I've met this individual a few times now. She again is a super mum. She again is a superstar. Tara, are you there?
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Right. So, um, how long have you been in the business? How long have you been with us?
So I went to Amelia's event on the 28th of September,
Okay.
and having asked a ton of questions on the day, I got signed up.
Yes, I remember. I remember
Um,
Tara sat me down after the event and she probably gave me a good 35 questions. And I answered every single one. And I said, yep. I said, Amelia, she's a superstar. Get her on board. All right. So, all right. So it's been around, let's just call it 6, 7 months. Now, what did you do before? What was you doing at the time?
so I worked 3 jobs. So I was a fully qualified teacher, UPS 3. I had my own business working for Tidy Mind, supporting people with hoarding tendencies. And I'm also an examiner for WeJect Exam Board. So
Wow.
I work 3 jobs.
So very, very busy. You're a hustler. I remember saying, yeah, you're a hustler. You'd make a lot of money doing what I'm doing. All right. Amazing. And you had no experience in this before?
No, hadn't even
None.
heard of
Zero.
it before
Okay.
the event.
Amazing. So let's talk about, obviously it's been 7 months. And your story is so, so powerful, obviously, where we are today. And obviously, if you want to share it, that's up to you, the scenario and how things have worked out and just how everything's coming to your favor. But just talk to us very, very quickly, if you can, just your journey of what's happened, where you are now, and how much this has helped you.
So I started off and I just wanted it as something on the side. My kind of ultimate goal was to try and leave 2 of the 3 jobs, and I wanted that by sort of February this year. So I started my trading journey. It was very slow in the beginning. I was probably on my demo account for a week to 2 weeks, and then was kind of starting off slow. And then when I got the hang of it, I had a bit of a one-to-one session with Amelia, and that just snowballed it for me. Just everything just clicked into place. It made sense. And then I started making a couple £100 a day, £800 in a day. And then it was reaching a point where it was like 2.5 grand a week on top of my wage. And I was only doing maybe like 15 to 45 minute trading throughout the day. And that was it. So it'd be like 15 minutes in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then 15 minutes at lunch, and then 15 minutes at the end of the day before bedtime. So it wasn't really much. But in terms of what I was generating, and the time I was putting in, it was much more valuable than giving up my time, going and doing my job, having to mark for hours when I got back home. So I was quite happy, and I was just paying for extra things that I hadn't accounted for before. I was booking holidays. It was fantastic. And then we hit just before Christmas, and my health took a bit of a turn. I wasn't very well. I had 4 weeks off of work, and sadly, my work let me go. I'd lost my mobility, so I've been wheelchair bound since February, and I'm just trying to get back up on my feet now. So yeah, my whole world turned around, and if it hadn't have been for this opportunity, which I do feel like God put in my way, I actually don't know where I'd be right now. Financially, mentally, the community that has been around me have really been uplifting me every single day, and just given me a new direction, which has just been fantastic for my mental space. So I started the affiliate journey in January. I started the 90-day run, and it's been fantastic. I've absolutely loved every single minute of it. I was gutted that I couldn't be in Portugal. I really, really wanted to be there, but I will be in Milan, and I've been trying to book my ticket, so I will not miss the next one.
Amazing. Hey, I got chills when you even said what you said. Like, there's no way that you could have seen that coming. And where people go wrong in life is they wait for something drastic to happen for them to make a decision. Instead, you made a decision before. You didn't know it was coming. You didn't know that you'd end up being in a wheelchair in 2026. You was walking fine and healthy in 2025, and all of a sudden now you're in a wheelchair. You didn't know that you would have lost your job, and you lost your job out of the blue. And if we didn't share this platform, who knows what scenario you'd be in right now. All right. So you should be very, very proud of yourself. We have a goal to help as many people as possible, not only in Huddersfield, but also in Scotland. I know you're in Scotland. You're originally from Scotland. So shout out to Dylan as well. We're definitely going to go over to Scotland and help them out there. What advice would you give? What wisdom would you give right now? Because I can only imagine what sort of mindset you have to be in, or you may be in right now, and because of this, you're able to still smile, you're still able to show up, you're still able to do what you're doing. Like, what words of wisdom could you give to anyone right now on this call?
I'd probably say just trust your intuition and just take that leap of faith. I sort of said I'll give it 3 months and we'll see where it goes. But to be honest, it took me how many years of study? Probably like 7 years before I could graduate in law and go down that route. It was another couple of years training to be a teacher. Nothing is just quick to learn and to be profitable in. So I just think take that leap of faith, put as much spare time as you have got into learning this and being a part of it, and just watch how much you flourish from there. I honestly think it's the best thing anyone can come across. And I honestly mean that from my heart. So yeah, just take that leap of faith.
Yep. When you know you have gold, you're powerful, man. But Tara, we appreciate you. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. 1K, very, very close, very, very soon. Up next. So let's get that done.
Yeah.
And keep making money, keep mashing up the market. All right, Tara, have a lovely evening. Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
Amazing. Wow. How incredible. We can pause that there.